What's going on, guys? It's Tondle here today, and today we, just the other day, we actually finished our drafting for single Natdex and double Natdex. Um, so we're going to be going over the team, my thought process on, drafting these Pokemon, and you know, if I feel comfortable with my team or not. First off, we're going to be starting with doubles. So for Natdex doubles, I've acquired Mega Metagross, Gudra Hisuian, Raikou, Pelipper, Ludicolo, Pachirisu, Cofagrigus, Absol, and DD Female, and Exploud. Um, uh, with Gudra being a Z move mon as well as my Raikou. That's why their names are in bold here. So yes. So what I'm going here for is kind of a Generation 8, or sorry, Generation 7 kind of ID here with Indeedee female with psychic terrain or psychic surge, so psychic terrain, as well as follow me support, and pairing that psychic surge with meta Megaros like we did in Generation 7. But instead of Lele, we're using Indeedee because it's bulkier and, in my opinion, just better in doubles. So we have Metagross, which has beautiful stats, if I may say so. Base 145, that's above average, fantastic, especially with Tough Claws, which contact moves get 30% buff. And then, honestly, it has a 105 special attack. And the reason I drafted Metagross over, say, something like Mega Lucario or any other Mega is that I wanted this pairing with Indeedee female, as well as it has such amazing coverage. If I look here, even special, which honestly, this might get someone. Expanding Force, even special Metagross. It has certain coverage moves. Hidden Power is banned, so we don't get to use HP Ice and stuff like that. Um, I kind of want to test around with like a bulky Metagross as like a support mon with like Icy Wind and stuff. So we'll see. It most likely end up being physical attacking Metagross, just come in and try to kill stuff. Always clear body in its base form. But either way, then we got Gudra. Gudra is a Steel Dragon type. Hisuian Gudra, we're actually using uh, Pokemon from Legends of Arceus, which is the interesting part about this draft here. As you can see, its special stat is way higher with 110 than, I mean, it's only 10 more than its attack stat, so it can be mixed or even like one or the other, which is nice. If you look over here at special, it has Blizzard, Dragon Pulse, Ice, Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave pairs really well with Metagross here. So I can, throw off Sludge Waves as well as Weather Ball, which is base 100 water type attack under Pelipper's Rain, as well as Thunder, giving me 100% accurate rains, which is amazing in my opinion. As well as, I could do some kind of trapping set if I wanted to with like Assault Vest and Infestation and just sit on the field and win 1v1s, but I probably won't be doing that. As well as it's got a decent physical move pool here with like Aqua Tail, Body Press, base 100 defense if I wanted to go more of like a bulky Gudra for like defensive switching in. Uh, it's got Fire Punch for Frustration, which is always amazing. I will always take Frustration. Iron Tail, I believe it also gets Iron Head, so that's uh that's good for us here. Let's just double check. Steel type. Yeah, so it gets Iron Tail based on regular Gudra, but in PLA it gets Iron Head, so we can actually use Iron Head Gudra. So Z, and it's also got some interesting status moves that have certain Z move conditions that I will not be speaking of. I'm not gonna tell which one here because I know competitors watch this. But either way, that's why I'm going for Z Gudra. Salt Vest Gudra actually seems low-key insane, as it can just sit on the field and you go max HP, max special attack, and your Gudra just will not die to any special attack, which I think is fantastic. Uh, or even say Shuka Berry, because this thing's only weak to ground type attacks, so that's really good for us. And then we have Z-Move Raikou is another option. Uh, Also, Gudra here can run Steelium Z or Dragium Z as well. But we have Z move Raikou, obviously inner focus, so you can't get flinched in doubles. You know, fake out. It can get light screen and reflect, so if I want to, I could do a bulky or supportive Raikou with light clay and reflects. Um, as well as it has interesting statuses I want to try out. Uh, so it has the support, but it also has quash. Uh, so that's gonna be really nice. But that I'm probably not gonna be using quash at all. What I'm more interested in is the fact that it gets rain dance, and I don't think people are gonna catch the manual rain, but anything like that. Uh, but other than that, I think this is my offensive Zmon. So I'm going for like pure power, man. Um, I tend to not like offensive Z moves, but with Raikou here, I think it's fantastic. As I can go with, you know, Z Thunder, Z Thunderbolt, as well as it has amazing coverages, even besides hidden power, as well as, you know, uh, Charge Beam sounds like an interesting. Kind of want to do a Charge Beam set. To put perspective, we're kind of going for some memes here. So we're not actually trying to win this draft. We're actually just gonna have some fun and play. So Z Shadow Ball, Z Discharge, even Z Aura Sphere is really good. Another thing, I want to test some stuff with Weather Ball. I forget how Weather Ball interacts with Z moves, so I need to test that. But yeah, this thing is gonna be like a thunder spamming machine, and it's gonna be amazing. Next up, we got Pelipper. Uh, Polito would have been better here. Obviously, Polito is just a better Pokemon. This is going to be 6v6 doubles, so Pelipper can technically get away with it. So I'll be, using Pelipper U-turn bulky sets to just set up rain and go. Uh, it also gets Tailwind, so if I wanted to, I could really put Tailwind up. But honestly, I don't think I'll need that. Next up is, Pelipper's pretty standard. Next up is Ludicolo. Uh, with Swift Swim and Rain Dance. Or Rain Dish. I'm more interested in Rain Dish than I am Swift Swim, to be honest. Uh, but either way, we have Swift Swim Ludicolo here, and I could have gave this thing Z move, but anything with a Z move under Rain is kind of overkill, especially with Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump's base 110, and a Waterium Z is practically base 150, so I lose 40 base power. But with Life Orb, I get a 30% buff anyways. So I'm not too concerned. And plus, I get a buff on Giga Drain. And also, this is Rain, so it's just double. I feel like Z move, Water move is overkill. Giga Drain should be more than enough, and Hydro Pump should be a significant amount. As you look here, it does have fairly mild coverage, as well as, Icy Wind, and a couple of it's probably gonna be like Protect in 3 moves most of the time. Maybe Blizzard or Ice Beam, something like that. Uh, next up, we got Patchy. Yeah, we all know Patchy won a Worlds. It's a good, interesting point. Patchy's got some bulk. It's got Volt Absorb. Uh, and, I don't care if I give up my things because I know none of these guys are really watching and care. Or at least the people that are going to watch it, uh, I'm not too worried about. But Patchy was drafted for me specifically uh, because Volt Absorb exists, so it's good Pelipper switch-ins if there's electric types around, and you can't click electric moves, all the time if Patchy's around and Pelipper's here. You can't click Z Lightning moves or anything like that for free. Looking at statuses from Patchy, you got Screen. You have Light Screen, you have Follow Me, so that's 2 redirectors I have now. It also gets Rain Dance again, so that's nice, as well as Sweet Kiss, so I can actually beat some confusion, as well as Helping Hand, Growl, Flash, all the basic standard stuff. Charm, very good. I'll be using Charm. Uh, as well as probably Baby Doll Eyes because of the priority it gives. Also, Attract Thunderwave. That amazing combo, in my opinion. Uh, Another thing is I want to use, and I know this isn't gonna work, most likely, but I want to use Ion Deluge. If you don't know how Ion Deluge works, normal type attacks become electric attacks. And the thing with that is, I actually want to pair this with Mega Metagross to beat bulky waters with Metagross, and flying types with Metagross. Because if you look here, it's Rock move. We have Rock Slide, which is great, but it doesn't pick up KOs. I know it does flinch, but I want to pick up KOs. So if I want to pick up KOs, I actually use Frustration. Um, Frustration, which is base 102 power, and I'll have I'll have zero happiness because Ditto. Frustration is always better than Return. Uh, but either way, yeah, Frustration here. It's a base 102 attack, and this will get boosted by Tough Claws. And then if I get Iron Deluge on it, it becomes Electric type. So that's an Electric type stab attack, or Electric type attack that's super effective. So we'll be seeing how this works. Uh, it does have +1 priority, so I can run Bulk into Patchy and not worry about outspeeding my own Metagross. So I don't have to make my Metagross slow or anything like that. Cofagrigus is here. Trick Room on. Really underutilized, and honestly, kind of a sleeper pick. Fire defenses, it did get body press in Generation 8, so we can actually do some damage, as well as Will-O-Wisp support Trick Room for Goodra, and mostly anti-Trick Room. I believe it also gets Imprison, and that's the real thing here. Imprison Trick Room is super strong, especially if I go into max defense, max defenses like this. Cofagrigus becomes very bulky, and giving it something like an Guava Berry. So yeah, if you look here, Cofagrigus gets super bulky for no reason. It is fantastic for us, stopping Trick Rooms because it's -7 priority, so we'll always get Imprison off. We just need to stay alive. Honestly, you could change Will-O-Wisp for like Protect to just sit there. But I like Will-O-Wisp and Body Press combo. Uh, you already have the high bulk with 389, so getting Will-O-Wisp on physical attackers helps your team out here. The next thing is Absol. Absol's got some weird stats, but you know, it's got coverage moves that I would like to have. It's got close combat. I'm probably gonna tend to run Assault Vest on this if I ever do use it. Its status moves aren't the greatest at all, but I'm honestly here for the coverage. It has Justify as well. It's a Super Luck. I'll probably be using Super Luck Crit Set as another thing. So you'll be seeing, hopefully, be seeing crits from Absol on moves that shouldn't be able to crit nearly as consistent. So this will raise my crit stage by 2. So I'll be critting majority of the time. I think it's around 30% increased crits or something like that. But yeah, so I want to be critting on stuff. And I think it's got Psycho Cut, if I'm correct, which has a high crit ratio. So this is gonna be really fun. Just start critting things, left and right, as well as like stuff like knockoff stab. Hurts really hard, especially if it crits. Whew, damage. Uh, DD female redirection. Obviously, we've talked about this. It's gonna be running bulk. Technically, can get fake out. But it doesn't make sense because you have psychic surge anyways. So, it's got ally switch. Another thing is it's got guard swap, and it's got guard split and guard swap, which I'm going to be looking into these moves, see how uh they work. But yes, basic standard stuff. Terrain Pulse is interesting, but yeah, Expanding Force is just better in my opinion. Chade as well as Mystic Fire for coverage. Uh, Trick is gonna be interesting, but I think I'm just gonna go support ally. And then our last mon is Exploud with Scrappy, and honestly, this thing is just going to go boom. It does have 91 in both attacks, but my god, its special attacks are insane. Boom Burst, hitting adjacent Pokemon for, base 140 is really good. Overheat, Focus Blast, Solar Beam, very good. Synchronosis, or Synchro Noise, is an interesting move. I kind of want to see how it does compared to like Stab Boom Burst on normal types, because that's what this does. So we'll see. It's got Blizzard, it's got Hydro Pump, Surf, Uproar. This I might use Uproar. It lasts 3 turns. Active Pokemon can't fall asleep to like counter something like Amoonguss and Devils, or something that wants to put stuff to sleep. I might use Uproar, and I'll keep my entire team up, which is nice. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing here with the doubles team, and we're just gonna try to get some games to work and get like offensive Raikou and Gudra to actually do something. Going over to singles. Uh, Singles, we got T-Tar, Excadrill, Mega Venu, Buzzle, Quag, Shaymin, Embor, Glaceon, Mantine, Articuno G, and Ambipom. Now, the thing here is, with this team, it's singles, so I want to do a sand team once again, because I enjoy playing as sand. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be playing sand. This is one of my Z-move mons. I'll talk about this in a minute. But yeah, so I want to play with sand again. I love Excadrill. I love T-Tar. Sand is my favorite type of weather, and weather in singles is really strong, and honestly, sand is kind of slept on sometimes. But either way, T-Tar, Excadrill, both weak to ground. So we have Venusaur that actually is neutral because of the poison typing, but it can sit on ground types, as well as Buzzwole can sit on ground types physically, and this one can sit on specially, as well as it covers my water weaknesses on T-Tar and Excadrill. So it works out perfectly. Venu is super strong with the Sand team here. Thick that fire moves are gonna do crap. I'll be running Chlorophyll against Sun teams, and then you know Venu just doesn't die. It does get healing with like Leech Seed Protect, as well as Symphysis, which actually does heal me one quarter because of my weather, but that's okay. Because most things are doing super effective attacks. Venu are Psychic, so I'm not too worried because Buzzwole. So Psychic, so I'm not gonna be too worried because I have Mantine here, which is a super high in that SPDF. So it can eat Psychic type attacks up pretty easily. As we see here, we got Buzzwole, Physical Wall, uh, Resist Earthquake once again. It's got the punch moves. Assault Vest sets are not bad. Subpart defenses, so it's probably gonna be some type of bulkiness. Beast Boost is an interesting ability to get to work. I don't think it's possible for me to actually get Beast Boost with death. Let me check right now. Yeah, it's not possible for me to get Beast Boost to death without decreasing my defenses. Not even with defenses dropped, I can't get Spadef boost. But that's whatever. I would have been nice if I could have done this. But, whatever, it is what it is. But either way, solve that set, Ice Punch, stuff like that. Choice Band as well. Even Bulk Up with Dolwyn Beak is super strong. We got Quag. Quag is here for rain matchups. Venu can kind of do it, but it hates dealing with hurricanes. So does Buzzwole. Quag, it eats them up. Unaware Quag with its max HP and then max defense, max special defense, whatever I need here. Quag will eat any attack up, and as well as it stops setup mons, which is really good because Unaware is fire drafts. As well as it got Water Absorb, so if I really struggle, I can get a Water Absorb on here. We got Shaymin, my boy Shaymin, amazing Pokemon, underrated. But yeah, Natural Cure, it's got Z move, so Omni Boost Z moves are banned, so I can't use Z Celebrate, but it does have a Z move, and it does get the it does get certain moves that look very interesting with Z move. It gets Confusion status, as well as believe if I look here, yeah, it gets Tailwind. Z Tailwind is pretty interesting, so we'll see how that works. As well as it's got base 100 and everything. I can run whatever I want on this. I can run a bulky set. I can run a physical set. I can run a special set. Its physical set's kind of lackluster, but it can, I can make it work. It'd be pretty funny if I did, Zen Headbutt and stuff like that and started critting. As I can also turn this into a Fearmon, which I think is going to be fire because it gets quick attack and it does get Endeavor. So we'll see. If I play it right, I get Endeavor quick attack Shaymin off, which in my opinion sounds kinda hilarious. So we'll see. Emboar, Reckless. That's the only time Reckless Emboar. Going with the Choice Scarf because of its speed tier. 65, not great. Going that. Max attack. Throw that last in HP. Uh, it's get Reckless. That's a 20% buff to recoil moves. So physical power. That's That's a Iron Head. I mean, sorry, that's Head Smash. Because it gets recoil. That's base 150 attack. Yeah, it misses, but it does so much damage if it hits. Flare Blitz, stab, recoil. Has a chance of burning. Base 120. That's insane amount of damage coming in, as well as where is that? Where is that? Wild Charge, water type Pokemon. Stuff like there's no talk specs in this draft, so anything water coming in on Emboar on a Wild Charge is not going to enjoy it. It can 2-hit KO most Pokemon, uh, or even one shot them if they're not running that much bulk. Yeah. Another move I can do is like Takedown, but honestly, I'll probably leave this last move for coverage, or even yeah, most likely coverage, or even something like Superpower or some type of physical fighting move, just to do straight up damage. So probably like Superpower. Uh, and what this will, this set I think will take out a bunch of, I feel like I can get some KOs. Personally, I think Wild Charge should be buffed to 120, like Flare Blitz, but it's not, and it's very unfortunate. But either way, next up is Glaceon. Glaceon is here for some special pressure. It's got a meh speed tier, but uh, it's got decent defenses and bulk. It's gonna be here to shooting off some blizzards, uh, and it's just gonna be shooting off freeze dries, blizzards, shadow balls, stuff like that. Interesting, it can do Wither Ball, uh, giving us a base 100 rock type attack to hit fire types. So maybe you can bait some fire types in and just blow it up with a weather ball. So we'll see. We got Mantine, Swift Swim, Water Absorb. This thing is another one of my water counters. This thing's bulky. It's probably gonna be running heavy duty boots because it's singles. Let's go. Don't take 25 from freaking Stuff Rocks. Max HP. Maybe some split defense shenanigans here, depending on calcs. stuff like that. I don't need no attack stat. Looking pretty fire here. Swift Swim, Water Absorb, uh, even Water Veil, so I can't even get burned. So we got Articuno Galarian. My friends, they have stolen a circuitry from me, and I am sad. But we're gonna be Psyche MZing this thing, and we are going for the Hypnosis. Yamel, I'm coming for you, and I'm using this. Guaranteed. Just for you. Your favorite set. But this time, it's gonna be an Articuno. But yeah, 95, slightly below average speed tier. Not bad. 125 special attack stat. Insane. So we'll be doing this with Hypnosis, as well as something like Freeze Glare, because of why not? It's Psychic with a 10% chance to freeze. Why not? Break the game. Uh, Maybe Side Shock as well, but and some coverage moves. So we get walled by Dark types, but that's fine. We can just take care of them earlier on. But yes, Shadow Ball and probably Air Slash. Yeah, Air Slash or Hurricane, depending on if I'm feeling frisky. So we'll be doing that, and I'm coming for you, Yamel. I'm gonna put you to sleep, bro. Just watch it. I'm competitive, so don't even bring don't drop my stats or to get that +2 attack or +2 special attack. So yeah, Hypnosis, yeah, 60% chance, but the RNG is always in my favor, guys. When it comes to Hypnosis, I guarantee it. Ambipom, standard technician, fake out stuff. Uh, I was thinking about doing like a normal gym, the fake out stuff, or even what is it, Silk Scarf, fake out, last resort, uh, which would be very, it does some funky damage. It's also got some interesting moves. I can do like a counter set. It's got fire punch. It's got ice punch. It's got knockoff. So it does get coverage. It also got U-turn. Uh, Most interesting, it's got beat up. So choice band beat up, kind of pretty good. Um, if I set it up with like Shaymin, that's 100, base 100. Buzzwole, base 139. Base 100 Venu, base 35. Xga, and base 133. So, if I use all 5 of these mons, I get a pretty strong beat up. With its Technician boost beat up, I'm pretty sure. If not, fake out beat up is just super strong. Or I can just straight up go choice fan. So, you know, I think choice span will be very interesting here. Uh, I was thinking about doing some kind of funny rap set, but I'm not gonna do that. So fake out, choice band, fake out, beat out. Choice band, beat up, or silk scarf beat up, or yeah, silk scarf beat up and stuff like that. It's gonna be interesting. Skill link, not the greatest. I'm probably just gonna go technician. Super strong. Most of the time at 115, I probably won't have to run Jolly. I can actually afford to run Adamant in certain matchups, so that's gonna be nice. But that's the team for singles. Either way, these two teams look pretty good, in my opinion. This one has some noticeable ground weaknesses, uh, but since we're memeing and not trying to win, I'm not too concerned about my weaknesses in doubles because I feel like we can get stuff done anyways. Singles I'm more concerned about. Uh, I'm hoping that Glaceon and something like uh, Emperor is not gonna be too lackluster, and hoping Shaymin can do some funny things. Because I can do almost anything with Shaymin. It's like worse Mew. But I really want to use Shaymin in this draft, and I want to use Z-move Shaymin. Because Seed Flare, Z-move Seed Flare is pretty strong. Uh, if I show you here. Seed Flare, base 120 attack, 85 accuracy, but it has a 40% chance to drop Spadef. So if I really want to, I could shoot off a Seed Flare, and then if it gets a Spadef drop, it's probably gonna switch because it can't eat another one. I can just launch a Gracium Z right into it, and that's essentially a +2 Gracium Z coming off Sea Flare, which is going to be like super strong. But either way, that's going to be the team. We'll be starting here soon, hopefully, which is going to be interesting. So we'll be seeing the matchup and be playing both doubles and singles. I'll try to split them up, uh, as well as the Nuzlocke playthroughs. There's some issues I see with the uh, video quality because it kept frozen up on me. I can't figure out how to fix that, so that will be put on pause while we do the draft. Uh, I'm probably gonna do singles on like the. I'll probably put singles up on like Tuesday or something like that, and then try to put doubles around like Thursday or so. Try to space it out a little bit, but we'll see. If one comes and the other one doesn't, then it'll be on the. I'll try to keep it a Tuesday Thursday schedule, but I'm pretty busy, so we'll see how it works. Either way, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.